Hello and welcome to the Line Leader section of All About Sugar Industry magazine, published by EXLR Media Private Limited. We'll feel honored to introduce you to Mr. Santosh J. Kumar, who is President of Piccadilly Agro Industries Limited, situated in Karnal district of Haryana. Welcome, sir.
Welcome, thank you.
Sir, please tell us about the history of your sugar factory and who was the founding chairman and what were the main aim behind establishing the sugar factory?
This sugar factory is installed in 1996, almost 25 years old factory. The founder chairman of this sugar factory is Mr. Vinod Sharma. He is the central minister in sugar in central ministry, and he is well-educated person and dynamic personality, you can say, in the industry.
And your honorable chairman is actually very popular among the villagers in the local area, in the current, where your factory is situated. In the nearby villages. Actually, we came here yesterday morning, and we have been speaking to many villagers, and they've told us that your chairman and the entire management have helped them to a large extent. They go to the extent that they help them in their marriages of their daughters, their sons, in terms of their education also, and in terms of solving some of the medical problems also. So, and they've provided you a very good opportunity also, to the local people in terms of employment. So, are you also thankful to your chairman and the managing board of directors?
Definitely, the Mr. Vinod Sharma is a very popular person, very dynamic person, and he is a kind person. You can say he's always helping nature to the poor families, to the poor farmers, and he's taking too much initiative in like a CSR activities to provide some toys in the schools and some water coolers. Like such activities, he is helping to the farmers in their daughters' or sons' marriage. Such kind of help he is doing. He is also doing the cane development activities, so farmers can get benefited in the farmers will return in terms of yield as well as in terms of money.
And sir, we have heard from a few of the sugar technocrats that you're actually specialized in operating and operating an ill sugar mill. I'm not able to coin the right word actually. Okay. Should I say it's an ill sugar mill, or should I say the mill which have not been working since a long time? There, in case if people put you, then you are actually a champion of starting those mills, and then you put them to the forefront. To the extent your performance is that you put them in the first class category of the sugar mill. So how do you do that?
Definitely, there are many sugar factories which are not operating properly, not functioning properly because of the technology problems. The people used to call me, and I resolve their issues, the technical issues, and mills will run smoothly. Even though you might have heard that the Renuka Sugar has installed in 2007 one new sugar mill, that is IPRO technology. That was new technology installed, bought in India by Mr. Narendra Murki, but some few technocrats unable to run this sugar mill because all falling film operators are there, refineries there, ion exchange technologies are there, so they are unable to run. Then they called me. I went there, I studied their problems, and I have tackled each and every problem, and that mill was, I am able to run with a smooth capacity and with a targeted capacity. Even though such a same occurred in the Olam mill also, that is situated in nearby Belgaum, Hemras. That also I have restarted.
And what were the main challenges actually? Because people, they hire you with great, not only from the technical point of view, because you have more than 3 decades of experience, that's 32 years of experience is a lot of experience, and you are chief chemist also. So being a hardcore engineer, they have a lot of expectations from you. When, people have a lot of expectation from you, then, do you, what kind of thinking that, what do you think, before, restarting the mill, and how do you do that? What goes in your mind is what actually we want to know.
Definitely, because it is very difficult to answer. But where I go, I will analyze the problem, and I will try to learn the problem from the workers also. I will speak with them what is happening, what are the best solution for them, what they are feeling, and then I will apply my technology. I will combination with this technology. I will resolve that issues, and always I will try to train my people, workers. So it will help me us to solve the problem, and it will help mill also for long term also.
Definitely, but what I'm thinking from my perspective is the people who were operating the sugar mill were also engineers.
Yeah.
They were also qualified and they were also experienced engineer. But you as a specialist, as an specialized person, have the repeated habit of restarting the stopped sugar mills and making them perform and bringing them to the category of first class. You're doing a very first class job, and I'm thankful to you on behalf of thousands and lakhs of villagers who receive direct employment and indirect employments are actually, because sugar factory is not something which is only associated with the top management. It is actually the sugar, every single sugar factory in India is associated with millions and millions of sugar farmers and the people who are doing allied work, like harvesters and other people also.
So many people are dependent on the sugar mills. It will be sugar mill will always beneficial for them.
And kindly tell us about your life journey. We want to know where you were born, where your school and college education was done, and how you entered into this profession of sugar technology.
Yeah, my life journey is born in Baramati. It is in Pune districts. It is a village nearby. You can say it is a Belwadi. So it is a village. Our father used to live in the farmhouse, means in farm area, where our schools are far away from our house. So daily we have to go initially by walk to the school days. After 10th we got a cycle, and then after 12th we entered into the college. Then my father kept me in a hostel in Baramati. Then I completed my graduation in Baramati. After that, graduation, I completed my sugar technology diploma from Sandata Sugar Institute. It is based at Pune. After that, in side by side also, I have done diploma in business management and master of management science. That helped me to grow in this field also. After completion of the sugar technology diploma, I have started career from Chhatrapati Sugar Mills as a trainee chemist. Then Srigonda Sugar Factory in Nagar as a manufacturing chemist. After that, in Indapur Sugar Factory as a chief chemist. I'm the youngest chief chemist at that time. At the age of 30 years, I became a chief chemist. 2012, I went to the Wolam Sugar. It is also a multinational company as a GM production. In 2015, I became as a unit head in Shiv Shakti Sugars. It is in Karnataka. After that, I became a MD in Siddheshwar Sugar Factory. I have worked 4 years over there. Then I came in as a challenge that PICCADILY Agro was not running smoothly. These people have snatched me from Maharashtra to Haryana, and this mill was not performing well. But presently this mill is a top class, running smoothly with the existing and targeted capacity and getting a better yield recovery.
And we have actually heard, we are not know, how much it's true or not, that there was some cleanliness issue within the factory and the premises also previously before your joining, and then there was some other issues also. So what were the main challenges when you joined the present company, and how actually you are trying to resolve them gradually?
There are a lot of issues in the PICCADILY Agro. There is no cleanness in the factory. All dirty environment was there, and it is a main challenge for me to train the people and create the awareness regarding the cleaning. Within first 15 days, I have taken a challenge to create the awareness regarding the cleanness of the sugar factory. Within 15 days, I cleaned entire sugar factory and created awareness in the sugar factory people, workers. Now they are maintaining well. There are a lot of problems in the technology side also, technical side also. Fiberizer was not operating well. Fiberizer is running under capacity. Its annual plate was worn out. Mills are GRP. They have installed GRP. That was also not performing because there was a inclination angle of the JRPF headstock was quite wrong. That I have pointed out, and then it is rectified by through some other manufacturers. Boilers also running under capacity because they are not maintaining the boiler properly. Clean, the internal cleaning, chemical cleaning, these people are not doing. They have ESP, wet scrubber was not in position in a good condition. I have rectified it. Now these boilers are also working well and giving the rated capacity of the boiler. In the boiling house also there was a lot of problem. The heating surface of the evaporator was not configured well, as well as pans also in a short span. Machines are also not running with a smell. All this technical problem I have sorted out, and mills are running smoothly now.
And what new machines, what new technology you look forward to replace or, look forward to change in next 5 years for your present company?
I would like to change this plant into the plantation white sugar into refined sugar. Replacement of the mechanical means gear into the planetary gears. All drives with AC VFD. The pan condenser automation is also there. Discharge valve I will make it is a now manual operator. Cut valve is a manual operator that we have to change into the pneumatic operator. So manpower can be reduced and efficiency of the plant will be improved.
Please tell us how you are actually optimizing to make sure that every instrument, every machine is used to its optimum level. How you are doing that in your current factory?
I have
Because previously there were machines which were not operating to their full extent actually. This is what we have heard. So how actually you were able to do it?
Because people are not trained. I have started the training classes. I have identified the problems of this machinery. And that problem was rectified and giving the boost to the workers and officers. You operate, I am behind the you. That is created a lot of changes into the mind, into the workers and officers, and they are starting working with a more efficiently.
What kind of maintenance? During off season, definitely there is a lot of maintenance which is done in the sugar factory. But in the on season, when the crushing is on, how do you maintain the health of all the equipments and machines?
I have one vibrometer that indicates the temperature of the machinery and the vibrations as well as. I have made each and every critical equipment list. I have assigned some duties to some engineer that they will take the daily reading during their shift, vibration as well as the temperature of the equipment, and it helps us to reduce the downtime of the machinery and the equipments, and it keeps the healthy in conditions to the equipments also.
And please tell us, how do you maintain the health of turbine and boilers, and what precautions we must take to ensure the safety of operations of turbine and boiler for long term?
Definitely, boiler is a critical equipment of the sugar factory, and water, if we provide a good quality of the water to the boiler, it will work smoothly and it will create it will reduce our problem. Previously there was in our present plant, they are using raw water and all types of condensate to the boiler. I have segregated only first body condensate we are sending to the boiler and makeup water from the DM water. That precautions I have taken this year. So boilers are running without stoppage. Previously they have, I think last year they have 100 hours of stoppage for boilers only. This year we don't have any single hour stoppage due to boiler and turbine.
Great. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
So, lubrication is an important element in smooth, safe and healthy operation of any sugar plant. Though it's very negligible component, still it can drastically improve the health of all machines moving constantly. Please share your insights about this, sir.
Definitely lubrication is a major criteria. We can't say it is a lesser component because of the lubrications. Mills are running smoothly, gearboxes are also running smoothly, fiberizers, turbines are running smoothly, and centrifugals, all pumps with these lubrications are running smoothly. So I'm having a preventive maintenance chart. Each and every equipment we are keeping the record that oil has been filled and oil level has been maintained during the daytime.
And please tell us, sir, how clarifier or the clarification process that can help in increasing the quality of sugar, because we came to know from an engineer that clarification process is actually the hardcore or center of the process in processing sugar.
No, definitely. There are two methods in the clarification. In refined sugar, there is a defecation process. In sulfidation sugar, there is a sulfidation method. We used to run the sulfur burner, and with sulfur lime, we have to clarify the juice. The clarification is a harder process. If we improve the clarification, it will improve the sugar quality as well as reduce the losses. That is the main process. So clarification, we should, as a process guys, as a process technocrats, we should give the stress to the clarification process.
And weighing machines plays an important role post-production. So how can we avoid sugar wastage during packaging and baggaging process?
Definitely, because weighing machine, if we keep the weighing machine in good conditions, there will be small wastage and spillage. Should be a sugar pump, spillage of the sugar pump in sugar house. There are a lot of problems previously. In present unit, there is a lot of problems in the conveying system. The conveying system was not rightly installed. The angle of the system was improper. That creates the problem during the bagging. The bags get stuck into the conveyor and get worn out and torn out, and lot of sugar spillage was happen. That I have rectified. Now bags are running smoothly, and we are enhanced the bagging rate also.
And there was actually an old gear technology actually and sophisticated system previously, which is now replaced by planetary gearbox. So how planetary gearbox has further increased the efficiency, and how can we maintain them properly?
The planetary gearbox are a very efficient gearbox. It will reduce the power consumption of the sugar mill, and if we reduce the power consumption, ultimately we will improve the power export also. So we have to minimize, with the planetary gearbox, we will minimize the power consumption along with VFDs.
And sir, we have spoken to few of the sugar technocrats, and they are of the opinion that if the mill rollers are made of stainless steel rather than cast iron, it will further help in boosting the quality of sugar and will help technically in other areas also. I mean, your comment on this, sir?
Definitely it will improve the sugar quality, because sugar contains, CI rollers contains, MS roller contains the MS particles, and it creates the coloring matter into the juice. If we install in a SS mill, the less coloring matter will be transferred into the juice, and the juice quality will get improved.
So is there any possibility in the near future we can see SS mill in the sugar factories?
It is very difficult because it is very costly affair to the sugar mill.
And conveyor systems are integral part of processing sugar from cane. What things we must keep in mind before replacing or purchasing new conveyor systems to make sure it lasts for a long time and they don't get damaged easily?
Definitely. Previously there was a conveyor with the wooden slats. Now the new conveyors have come along with the belt conveyors. That RB technocrats from Sangli, they are providing a good kind of stackers and conveyors. I have seen best ever in the industry. These are the conveyors with a only a belt with a stacker. We can stack the height up to 55 with a rubber belt conveyors and stackers also. This is a new innovation to the industry that RB technocrats from Sangli they have created in the industry.
And sir, we use lime, sulfur and other chemicals in processing sugar. So is there any hope or possibility that we can produce 100% natural sugar which is free from any harmful chemical?
Definitely, there are possibility, and peoples are in abroad, in some part of the India also peoples are producing the good quality of sugar without consumption of the chemicals, harmful chemicals, because sulfur is a harmful chemical to the earth as well as to environment and as well as our body also.
But the few technocrats are of the view that sulfur is actually used in a very less quantity. It's not even 1% actually. So, I mean, what is, I mean, how much, is it 1% or less than 1%? Sir?
It is 20, less than 1%, 0.06 to 0.07% only. But the sulfur content in the sugar is about 20 ppm in that process, sulfitation process. If you produce the sulfurless sugar, it is a nil. It is better than if you have a nil sugar, nil sulfur content.
And the harvesting machines have done our work easy, but many unwanted particles have increased due to harvesting machines, which needs to be separated during processing sugar. So how can we avoid unwanted particles before crushing?
Definitely, the new harvesting machines have oriented now. They have high capacity blowers. So unwanted particles means trash is blowing through that blowers. So and clean and neat comes into the process.
And do you face the problem of harvesters during peak season, and how do you solve this problem?
Definitely, because in North India, harvesting problem it is now critical to the sugar mill owners, because the harvesting is done by the farmers, their own labor they are engaging, as well as in Maharashtra, Karnataka, MP, the factory has to engage the harvesting gangs, and it will create a hell of problems to the mill owners as well as the from the milling side. In Haryana, Punjab, as farmers are arranging, that is the problem is there, but the farmers are managing, but mill owners are safe from that angle.
And what was the average crushing of the current sugar factory that you're working in when you did not join this factory, sir?
Last year average crushing was 3000 TCD. Before my joining. After joining my here, I have starting this crushing season. Average crushing season is 5,200 to 5,300 per day, without any addition and expansion of the machinery.
And what was the recovery before your joining, sir?
9.6, and this year 10.65.
10.65. That is, I mean, very good recovery rate. Okay. And what steps and actions can result in further increasing the recovery rate, sir?
Definitely, I have planned to install one more GRP to the first mill. It will improve the primary extraction of the mill, and it will reduce the bagasse pole. Now bagasse loss is 0.056, but my target is to bring it to 0.5, and final molasses purity is now 32 to 33. It should be reduced up to 30. So recovery will begin again 0.2 to 0.3 with this little modification.
But we have heard that you had made the recovery of 14 to 15% recovery is what you have achieved actually previously in previous companies.
Yeah.
So when can that be possible in the present companies? Is there any hope?
No, the climb is, yes, it is possible. There is some climb, now new variety is coming, 15023, CO 15023. It has a pole in cane up to 16%. So if we minus the total losses too, it can be possible in present company, but it will take time 2 to 3 years coming season.
And 15% is or 16% is the highest recovery rate that you actually achieved in previous companies?
Definitely, that plant is situated in such a area. There is a lot of soil condition is good, and the pollen cane in the cane goes up to 16 to 16.5, where it is possible in Kolhapur. Especially you can say that in Maharashtra only it is possible.
It's possible only in Maharashtra, not. It depends largely on
agricultural conditions. It depends on the agricultural conditions. Now there are new innovations are going on continuously. The pollen cane of the sugar cane is going high. But definitely it will give the higher yield of the recovery. Previously in North India you can say the 8 to 9, 9.5 recovery is the best recovery. But they are now defeating to Maharashtra also. average recovery, because they have invented CO238 variety. It has a higher pole content, means higher sugar percentage content. The North India recovery is going touching up to 12 to 13 also.
And VFDs have reduced the workload to a large extent. The main advantages and precautions that needs to be taken in respect of VFD, sir.
VFDs, previously we used to, in our old age, we have to use the dyno drive to reduce the speed and all these things. Now VFD is such an innovation that reduces the power consumption, as well as we can run the equipment which speed we have to operate, optimum speed. That reduces the power consumption of the sugar mill. We are using the VFDs at the mill stations, juice pumps, as well as cooling tower. It is possible to reduce the power consumption in that area also.
And how can we increase more and more Indian innovations from the Indian manufacturing side, sir? From Indian sugar machinery manufacturers, how can we develop them? How can we motivate them to make innovations for the Indian sugar factories more and more? Because we can see that innovations are not happening to the extent that we require actually.
Definitely, plant should have one separate technology, R&D systems. Now presently in the sugar factory, previously it has to be used, but presently there is no R&D section in the sugar mills. Presently I have planned to create one R&D team which can do the R&D into the sugar factory. It will create the innovation in the sugar factory. How power can be reduced, how new technology can be implemented. Such type of experiments must be implemented. Presently there are one experiment has been done in National Sugar Institute, Kanpur. They are producing a sulfurless sugar with a little modifications only.
And what is your message to the young engineers, especially who are eagerly looking forward to work in the sugar vertical, and for the other process industry verticals also?
My message to them to do hard work. Hard work will, I can say, IQ, better than IQ, we can say, I can. That message they can follow. Every problem they can solve, they can achieve the higher targets of the sugar mills also. They should try to learn the problem, analysis of the problem, and they should give the solutions to the problem. If you analyze the problem, they will ultimately the solutions will be there. But they should have capability to do the hard work. Hard work is the ultimate. They should keep on to achieve the targets.
So hard work is what you're saying. You're just actually summarizing everything in one, hard work. But I was more eager to know, because there were people who were operating the closed sugar mills. They were also an engineer. They also had experience, and they were also qualified, and they're doing good. I mean, when they have left the sugar factory, for example, if XYZ sugar factory gets closed and the engineers move out to ABCD company, they are doing wonders in ABCD factories also. But what happens to XYZ company, because that is closed? But you are going to that particular company and operating in. So how do you actually? What is the science, and what is your thinking pattern? How do you think before making a closed mill to an fully operational, successful sugar mill? What is your thinking pattern, and how do you actually prepare yourself to make it operational 100% successfully?
As I earlier mentioned, analysis of the problems is a major criteria. In sugar industry, the people used to their own traditional methods. They have to do such work, but they will not analyze the problem. If there is a breakdown, but why this breakdown is happening, they will not analyze. That is a major drawback in the sugar industry. They should, if they implement this technology analysis of the problem, definitely the problem will get resolved. So
to analyze and to sit down, relax, and think that why these things are happening, and going deep into the hardcore engineering things, that why this particular section is not working and why it's not performing. The first thing is to make them operational, and the second thing is to make them perform. So everything comes gradually. And it was pleasure talking with you, sir. Thank you so much for giving your precious time. We know you are a busy man, but still you have provided us. You have shared so much insights about your life, your personal and professional life journey. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.